Yes.
Okay, one person is ready. Thank you.
No.
Our next speaker today is Mr. Jeremy Reed, and the title of his presentation is The Truth About Animal Abuse.
Good afternoon, class. I want to ask you a question. What is animal abuse? Well, I'll tell you. Animal abuse can be easily defined as the act of violence or neglect against an animal. Now, a few things you all may have seen are maybe an animal tied up outside of his house without food or water for days. Or maybe even an owner, he's angry for no reason and just beats his dog out of spite. Whatever the case may be, animals have feelings too. You see, abused animals that are overly abused can become a threat to society. Clifton P. Flynn, psychologist and author of Why Family Professionals Can No Longer Ignore Violence Towards Animals, says the abusive or cruel treatment of animals by family members has received virtually no attention despite its surprisingly common occurrence, its disturbing nature, and its negative consequences for both people and animals. In short, animal abuse is an issue that should never be justified. Now, sociologist Lord Raglan, who wrote The Origin of Cruelty, says animals are callous, but never cruel. And by cruelty, I mean, torture, mutilation, or deliberate infliction of pain. Now, this is a pit bull named Dolly. Dolly is a 6-year-old pit bull who was taken from her owner because her owner apparently beat her skull continuously with a baseball bat, causing permanent blindness and probably permanent brain damage too. And her right ear was hanging off due to burning of a fire lighter, and judging by the scabs and wounds on her body, that's what they assumed would happen. But thankfully, the animals abused and abandoned society rescued her and took her in. Now, I bet you're asking, why do people do such cruel things to animals? Well, I can tell you that. Human relations specialists S.R. Keller and A.R. Feldhaus give 9 specific reasons in their book, Childhood Cruelty to Animals Among Children and Non-Criminals. The first reason is pretty obvious: control. A man has no control over his friends or maybe his wife or anything. It's like he's, angry, so he goes to his pet dog and beats it mercilessly for no apparent reason. Second, retaliation against the animal. An animal's fighting back because he doesn't agree with what his owner's telling him to do. I'm reminded of the biblical story of Balaam, going up the road with his donkey, and the donkey was going the other way that Balaam wanted him to because he saw the angel. And, Balaam got angry to the point where he pushed the donkey down and said, and beat the mess out of him. And, the donkey was inspired by the word of the Lord to say, why? Why would you do such things to me? I was raised as a child with you. You brought me in, you fed me, and haven't I been faithful to you? And Balaam saw the angel, and this is another reason of retaliation. Next reason is to satisfy a prejudice against a certain species. In other words, a guy has a German Shepherd, his neighbor has a Labrador Retriever. He doesn't like labs, so maybe he'll go next door and beat his neighbor's lab. I don't know why, but it happens. To express anger through an animal. The other one is to enhance one's own aggressiveness. A guy is overly aggressive, has no way to control it, so he goes to his pet hamster's cage, rattles the cage a little bit, and it satisfies his needs. The next one is to shock people for amusement. YouTube videos of people messing with animals. Maybe a guy feels good because his friends are laughing because he sees a cat going by, so he feels like he should kick the cat. And that satisfies everyone around him by making them laugh. The next one is to displace hostility from an animal to a person, from person to an animal. A guy doesn't want to hurt his wife, so he goes to his pet parrot, maybe plucks the feathers out. I don't know why, but it happens. And the last one is to perform non-specific sadism, which is in short, to have sex. I don't know why a person would want to, but I have read certain news stories on CNN where a guy had an affair against his wife with 6 sheep and got one pregnant. Yes, it did happen. But these are just reasons of, giving attention. But what happens when you don't give attention to animals? That does more to them when you don't give them love, when you come to the door and your dog is happy. And this goes to my last story. This is Peyton, a black cat. Peyton was found by a couple on the stairwell of an apartment. And as you can see, wounds here, left there for 3 days. So they took her to the vet to be treated. You would think she would fight back, but she didn't. And thankfully, after a few days, his wounds healed, and he was able to be adopted a few months later to a loving family. Now, animal abuse and abandonment are just few forms of animal cruelty. While many efforts have been made to stop it, they have all failed because people will continue to do so. Is it right? No. You would like to think that it isn't, but many people just don't care. Any act of violence against an animal is considered cruelty. Animal violence is an issue that should never be justified. We as human beings do not like to be treated with pain, sorrow, or mistreatment. So why would an animal like it too? Thank you.
In 15 seconds, please respond to Jeremy's presentation. Let him know what he did well. Any recommendations for improvement?